It's Good Friends, Good Games, episode 41. Guys, we're almost there. We're going to make it to 50.
Yes, and soon 69.
No, we're at, well, I mean, sure. That's a ways away, but okay.
Followers on Twitch, guys. Give us a follow.
Don't
Just so we can unfollow you or ban you to keep it at 69.
Yeah, we'll ban you if you're the 70th follower.
Yeah. Morgan gets sick 7 to 10 times a year.
I don't believe that.
No,
she gets sick once every 7 to 10 years. I'm sorry, I read that wrong.
She was sick yesterday.
I was gonna say, what defines as being sick? You know,
does it mean like
I wouldn't say that feeling like allergy symptoms is sick, even though you can feel sick.
So if you're
I feel like anytime that you have to be bedridden, anytime you have to be in bed and you take time off of work because you physically cannot do it, that is when you are sick.
I've been sick once then this year.
If you go to work and you're sick, you are not sick enough to be qualified as sick. That is how I feel sick is.
Was that last year, actually? I don't know.
But yeah, the reason we were talking, well, those of you that are listening now, pre-show, we were talking about how I got this weird virus thing that felt like allergies, but it wasn't allergies. I had all the allergy symptoms with the exception of the body aches. And then I'm like, oh, I think I'm sick. And I was sick. And then I started talking to people at work, and like 3 to 4 people like in my work circle were already telling me that they had the same thing. And now Everis has shared that she had the same thing.
I might have something similar, but I didn't have as many symptoms as you. I just literally had aches.
Yeah. It was weird.
But
continue with your question. Sorry.
Eric and Everis been in the same vicinity then? Or like...
No,
yeah, we shared it through the interwebs.
Yeah,
Maybe?
or we ended up at a gas station and not notice.
Do you go in the office or do you work from home?
I'm hybrid, so I have to be there twice a week.
And
then I'll go in there and I'll just make sure everything's like on the up and up. But for the most part, like we're a hybrid environment. But like every time I go, I pick the days that nobody would want to go into an office. I go in on Mondays and Fridays because if you are hybrid, obviously you're going to be like, I don't want to go in on a Monday. Who the hell wants to do that, right? So I'm like, I'll go in on a Monday because there's less traffic.
Yeah.
And there's nobody there.
That's
so
smart.
I can just go in, do my thing. Same thing with Friday. Who the hell wants to go in an office on a Friday? So I go in on a Friday, there's nobody there, and the traffic is minimal. I sometimes have to switch my days around for, whatever reason may be. And I went on like a Tuesday, and that was the worst decision I ever made in my life. It took me like literally double to get to work. My usual work route is about 15, 20 minutes, and it took me 40.
So you're a permanent office Mondayer?
Yeah, I'm an office Mondayer. I'll live with it. I'd rather torture myself that way, but it's just like not have to deal with people.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
so do you have set days that you have to schedule yourself, or do you you can just choose any 2 days of the week?
We were
depending on how you feel.
When we were given like options, like they're like, hey, what days do you want to go? And then our manager, tried to schedule it out. He would be like, okay, yeah, I can work with this or whatever. So like he scheduled it out, but then I got promoted long after that. And then
GG.
Now I'm in a different role, but like my role is also more, how do I word this? I have to be more flexible. Like I might have to go to a different office on a different day to do a specific task. Either way, I have to report to an office twice a week, I guess. TLDR. I have to report to an office twice a week. So some days I'll go to a office to work on something, or I'll just go, or I'll flip things around because we're going to have a lot of people in, like, executives or someone will come in and I'll switch days. So I have to be flexible. But for the most part, I'm 2 days in and then 3 days out.
Nice.
Fair.
Yeah, it's not bad. So this past, actually just last night, Friday night, Pal and I did something we considered exciting. So we went to this area of LA. It's very, very popular because there's a mall there that they film a bunch of movies and stuff at, right? But around the corner from it, there's this restaurant called the El Coyote. And it's like basically like it's like one of the older restaurants in Hollywood. And it's got that old like neon sign that looks like a sombrero and stuff like that, right? And Pal got a promotion. Congrats, Pal. Well, not a promotion. I'm sorry.
Yay.
She got a raise. So we were
Yay.
celebrating.
Let's go.
So Pal's like, okay, it's my turn because I treated her to dinner when I got the raise and all that stuff. So she's like, it's my turn. So we went to this El Coyote restaurant and it was all exciting. The decor is like very old, like restaurant. It looks like old and it's got the old tables and everything. They still do like the classic, like Mexican restaurant uniforms with the dresses and everything. But at the end of the day, the food was not all that exciting.
Oh.
Oh, what a
That
bummer.
sucks.
Right? Yeah. So we liked everything else about it. Like our service was decent. Parking was a nightmare, but it's LA, so I can't really fault it for that. But like we were like all excited, like everything, the decor, everything looked cool, right? But our food was like, it's not awful food.
You can't fuck up the food.
Yeah, it wasn't awful food, but like it wasn't anything that we couldn't do at home. You know what I mean?
Nothing to write home about.
Right. I'm
What
getting
a
all kinds
bummer.
of USB errors. What the hell?
I had a feeling. Yeah, I was just noticing that camera flicker there for a second.
Yeah, it's being a thing. But we'll just
Is it
power
just
through
Eric?
It's just
I think
me,
it is. Yeah.
It's just me. I think I'm like my USB is like getting super saturated. So I bought a new hub and I put like 6 devices on it. Like a USB camera, mouse, keyboard, the whole thing. It's like an 8-port hub.
Is it okay? Is it hot?
That's a good question.
Yes.
Let me reach under the desk here. No, it's not overly warm. I think it's just getting saturated. I've got a lot of stuff running, obviously. Like I have the recordings and all that kind of stuff. We're gonna power through it here, and we're gonna hope it just adjusts. Yeah. Recordings are still going, so that's fine. And I've got the Stream Deck going, so I don't necessarily need the mouse, but so yeah, that was our excursion. It was like exciting up until we ate, and then we're like, Pal says she wants to fight somebody, and I don't know why.
I feel like
Pal, who are you fighting?
If you are a restaurant, you can't fuck up your food.
No,
like,
the food's
that's
the
what
important
irritates
part.
me. It irritates me when people have like 10 out of 10 decor, but then their food sucks. It's like,
yeah,
this isn't where you should be spending our money. Yeah, that's so disappointing. Especially if it's like old school, you know?
Yeah, it definitely had the vibes. Oh, Pal is waving at me here. So, she's trying to remind me. If you guys watched the Doctor Strange movie, I think it was the second one, the Multiverse of Madness or whatever. Pal, out of the corner of her eye at the shopping mall, swung around and rubbernecked, and she saw the girl that played America Chavez. At least she believes she saw the girl that played America Chavez. So she was like, that's the girl. I'm like, who? Pal has this knack for spotting celebrities in the wild.
Damn.
She would probably make an amazing, what are those people? Paparazzi. She would make an amazing paparazzi.
Yeah. She'd be amazing, but also very annoying.
Yeah, but she spotted some random dude, like some random actor she knew at Costco also, and he was doing that whole like with the jacket and the baseball cap and that whole thing. So like you wouldn't spot him, but Pal's like, that's who it is. I know it, and I'm like, I have no idea who you're talking about, but go for it. The America Chavez I do, but yeah, that was our exciting excursion the other day here. Anyone else have anything exciting to share?
I do.
Ooh.
Last week we had this really awesome heat wave, and the entire like Pacific Northwest was about low to mid 80s.
Ooh.
And so Josh and I took a trip to Seattle, which was the best I've ever seen Seattle because it was like 83 degrees and perfect. And we saw ex-ambassadors, which was really sick. In this we've kind of noticed a trend that while he could book much larger venues, I think he likes the small ones. And so it was a very like more intimate concert, but it was full. So it was really cool. A lot of fun. Always a lot of fun.
A few hundred, maybe, or
I think it maximum So there's no seating. It's all stand.
Okay.
Nice.
And I think the maximum that it can hold is about 1,000 to 1,200 people, which it sounds like a lot, but it's really not when you put everyone in the same room. So it's fairly intimate. I mean, I was like, we got there too early because we thought we'd need to get there earlier, and we managed to get, there's like the front row of people in the, there's the front row
against the
They're
railing,
right up there against the railing. We were right behind those guys. So we were like second rowers. So it was really cool. My back hurt like hell by the end of it, but
those
yeah, it was a really fun weekend that we got to do, and it's kind of our last little like Pacific Northwest gig before we head to the Southwest. So
that
was a good time.
Are you getting sad
about leaving here?
Yeah.
No, I've been excited to leave here as soon as I got here. Like I got here with the intention of leaving, so it was never like I was never attached to this place.
It's just a pit stop.
Over time it's like grown on me in certain ways. But I'm ready to go back down. I'm ready to go back down south. Like especially with the weather lately. The weather's been really windy. Really windy. Yeah, it's not fun. Because like temperature wise it's not that bad. It's like mid-60s, but the wind is awful. So
you were Southwest before, right? If I remember, is like Southwest from where you're like, is that home? Like, did you come from Arizona before, or where were you born and raised?
Oregon, Portland, Oregon.
Oh, okay. So you were born and raised Northwest. Okay.
Yep. Been here basically my whole life. So basically the Southwest is foreign territory for me anyway. And it's still exciting.
Oh, so this is the whole, you're ready to leave home. Like you're ready to leave home and venture out. Like that's your thing. You're like, I want out of here.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But it's like, we're at the point of the year where it's the best weather of the season. It's the best weather of the year. And we're getting to that point. And so it's like what makes the Pacific Northwest so great is this time of the year. And so now we're leaving during the best time of the year, which kind of sucks. And we're going into the worst time of the year in Arizona, but it's fine. This is fine. This is fine. Quite literally. The emo.
Sounds rough to me, but go for it.
It is rough. Yeah. I would much prefer leaving at the end of the year.
I don't know. With weather, I'm used to like in the UK, where 1 week it's sunny, the next week torrential rain. That's what happened last week.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Because we had a full week of sun last week. And then literally the Sunday right at the end of the week, we had 2 hours of rain. That was basically the entire week's of rain in one day, in like a 2 hour period. Yeah.
Wow.
Luckily, it stopped before I had to walk home.
I was going to say, did you have any like flooding issues? Or?
Well, Bottom Street where I live gets a little bit flooded if it rains a bit too hard. Apart from that, no. We have good drain systems in all around where I live. We have like, like grids things where like water can flow through the pipelines.
Drainage.
And get drainaged out, yeah. So no risk of flooding.
Dan, what's Northern Canadian weather like right now?
Well, right now it's very sunny. It's quite comfortable out. What is 22 degrees Celsius?
Actually,
I think it's like
50, 60 Fahrenheit.
We have to convert it to American temperature. Hang on.
I think it's like upper 60s, low 70s.
71.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, because I usually add roughly 50 degrees. So like if it's 20, I add like 50, and that gives me the ballpark, I think, estimate. And I think that's been fairly close.
Yeah, so
that's right. I just said 80 degrees, and half of us here are Celsius boys.
Yeah, because we know that it makes sense.
So right now, weather is perfect where you can go outside, where if you want to wear a hoodie, you can. If you want to like go out in a t-shirt, you can. And like that, like we don't have like much wind for some reason at this time of year, so it's just kind of just very pleasant to go out and go for like a long walk without being too hot or too cold. I mean, we'll have like a couple of days where it's just like it rains, but like when it rains here in spring, it's kind of like a bit of a soft rain where it's just kind of just light, and it's just great to like listen to and help you relax. And flowers are in full bloom. Like I went out today, and like the grass was like so tall when I was going through the wooded area.
It was 29 degrees last weekend. For the record, to my Celsius boys.
Well, like 29.
Nice.
Anything that's like 20 above in the UK, we kind of like the British, like as soon as it could be on sunny, they immediately flock outside like
That's the way it is
seagulls. And then as soon as like the sun goes away, they immediately go back inside and just go, no, it's too no sun, no getting sunburned today, unfortunately. You know, that's the way it goes. Bleh.
I guess that's why it's so annoying that there's like piss poor like weather. It says all of a sudden it's 80 and then now it's like 60 and wet and windy, like just like that, like stat. It's like damn you, spring.
Have you guys seen cherry blossom trees?
I love cherry blossoms.
Yeah. We have cherry blossom trees down the road from here.
Yep, same. But on down the last street of where I live, there's entire trees that like always change season. Every time the seasons change, they have different like leaves and everything like that. And in springtime, they have cherry blossoms. It makes a lot of mess around the area, but like it looks really good.
Yeah, where Pal and I are thinking of moving to, there's streets that are lined with cherry blossoms. Very like old, like what is that, like old Americana neighborhood where they like line the streets, and then in the fall you see it all on the floor and stuff. Very movie like. We love it.
What a wholesome conversation.
Well, we're having a very wholesome day here. We're very sad because you're going to leave us for a month to move.
Yeah, pretty much.
How dare you? I mean,
how dare you get your life together? What the hell?
How dare you go be happy?
How dare you deal with this box situation?
Yeah. How
What
dare
does
you
the
get your
box
life
say?
together?
Look
So
at
disappointed in you.
box 4 you can make with it.
A fort.
That's if you think about it, I'm really only missing like one episode because
I thought it was 2.
Well, what is 2 from now?
Well,
That's the end. You're basically be out of June.
No. I wouldn't count on that. I'd count on being back for the let's see, one. So the next one would
June
be
1st.
the 15th.
Yeah. So
The 15th. That
15th for the
will
next
have
one.
been in our apartment for a week and a day.
So
Oh,
you'll
I
be
would
back
hope-
for the 15th.
I would hope that by then I would have my desk up.
Oh,
Zenith
so-
was getting nervous. He thought Morgan was going to be here for 2 whole ones in June.
Oh no. Jesus, when
That
them
Beat
two
us-
start.
beat us-
vagina
sweat
operator
starts to-
needs to get away from me.
Oh my god.
damn. Anyone else have anything exciting before we move on to the games here?
Yeah.
Yeah, Zen's got
Go on,
crap.
Zen.
Zan, what do you got?
Well, I will be house sitting for my brother as of Monday.
Hey.
Yes.
So I mean, we won't
Is that
have
a week?
like actually about like 8-9 days. So I get
Oh, that's a good
to
time.
cook for my brother and his partner, and then when they're gone, I get to house sit, have a cat, and basically rage to my heart's content, and then unhinge Zen, and then
Unhinged. The shackles come off now on Zen's voice.
and then basically like Dill, we both been raising money for St. Jude, and you remember that bachelor party that I said that I was going to at the last podcast?
Yeah.
So I get there, I didn't know anybody, and I'm sitting there at the bar, and it's like, all right, I'm ready. And I'm waiting and waiting. I'm there after like waiting there like for an hour. I had like 2 beers that are very pricey. Poutine that was really, really good, but
Okay.
also very expensive.
Yeah.
And the moment that the groom arrives, my buddy was there because it was his brother that was getting married. I was like, "Hey man, how's it going? Let's have a good time." And then he's like, "All right, we're gonna get going because I want to go home to my wife and kids." I'm like,
What?
"Fuck."
Hold on, this is a bachelor party?
Yeah, so I left the bachelor party like 3 minutes after the groom arrives, and I'm just like, fucking just take me home.
Wow.
I had
That's
a
so
beer.
disappointing.
Yay.
That is disappointing. Because when I
thought
went
you
to
were
my friends,
man has
I was
gone
there for
full
2
adult.
days. Yeah.
This man has gone full adult.
Jesus.
So like, you know, I get it because like my buddy, he's my IRL best friend. He's got 2 twin girls, and he's left. And for pretty much like that and the entirety of the weekend, like he left his wife alone because he was working at downtown, and he was also you know, was with his brother practically all day, and then it's like, hey, surprise, bachelor party. So he's busy with that, and like his 2 girls are about like around like 2 years old, so they're very they're lots of trouble. So it's like I get it, but it's for me. It's like I should have fucking just stayed home. What a waste of my money.
Oh no! I mean, no,
I'm
no,
sorry,
no.
dude.
At
Be
least
real. You
some
had
good
amazing poutine,
Yes,
You're right.
You did.
and you had 2 beers. I mean, could have been worse.
Were they
Yeah.
good beer?
Yeah, they're actually pretty
It
good.
wasn't like a Miller Lite or something like that.
No. If you go downtown and if you get beers at like a place that's like down near the downtown cluster, you're gonna be treated to like the best beer that Canada has to offer.
Oh, good
and
question.
Really good food.
Good question. What is the shit beer in Canada? Like, is it Budweiser, or are there shittier beers than that in Canada?
Bud Light.
Molson
PBR.
Canadian. Literally the beer named after my country is just crap.
Yeah.
I want to
Nobody
know
drinks
like
it.
I literally want to know the piss in the can shittiest beer Canada has to offer.
No.
Go
It's
on.
funny because I've talked to people who don't like craft beers, but they like light beer.
Shit beer? Like they
Like,
like shitty beers?
That's their go-to. They don't like the taste of good, like what would be qualified as better craft beer.
Yeah,
I'm not a beer person.
We have
I'm
a
a
few
soda
places down in the downtown area where they actually will craft their own beer and sell it for like less than half the price that we get from like at like other bars, and they're actually really great.
Oh yeah,
And
that's
I'm
what
not
my
Yeah,
Go on.
I'm not a beer person, but like if you're offering this to be like 40% of the cost, hell fucking yeah, I'm gonna get some craft beer.
that's where I come from. Not to give away my exact location, but where I come from, that's exactly all we do here. I'm exaggerating, but really, honestly, 8, ballpark number, like 80% of our restaurants are freaking pub houses or distilleries.
Oh, so that you're
Like,
gentrified, full on gentrified neighborhood,
pub
which is
food. Like that's that's all we got here basically. And then
I mean,
the occasional taco.
You want to talk pubs? You know.
I know you got pubs, bro.
I've been to
we're
pubs
in
in the UK.
Britain. Yeah, where there's literally a pub every corner. You can't escape
Also-
pubs in the UK.
I'm sorry, Eric, and I'm sorry. Well, I think this wouldn't bother Everis, but like, I will have to confirm, as someone that's had plenty of beer from Canada, plenty of beer from the United States, and plenty of beer from in the UK, American beer is piss water. I rest my case.
well, yeah,
it
of
is,
course.
yeah.
Like
Yeah,
we
it
drink
is,
your
yeah.
guys' beers. We drink the beers that come from your countries. Not like we
Yeah.
drink
No,
the stuff
You
Bill
drink the
drinks.
watered down ones. You drink the watered down beers.
Are you
Well, I
talking
guess to
about
be fair,
commercial beer, or are you talking
Yeah.
about like
Bud
Yeah.
Light.
To be fair, like Canadian beer isn't all that fantastic
privately
either.
brewed?
I've tried Bud Light.
If
I-
you
I-
want to get good beer, you're gonna have to go to like either like Germany. I think
Yes.
Amsterdam has some good beers.
Germany, absolutely.
Well, and then
Yeah.
certain regions specialize in a different type of beer as well, and it's like everyone has their preference. Like IPA versus like a stout versus a sour versus a I don't know that much about beer. Sounds like I do, but I don't. But there's like I feel like Germany is like they're more about like stouts, right?
Yes. I don't know. Germany has quite a lot of different ways of doing beer. I don't know.
I'm trying to think. I don't know.
I thought
I
my
don't
cousin,
know. I
Matt,
feel
honestly.
like it's a preference thing. I can't say that one place is better than the other. I think
Everyone has a
it's a
preference.
regional thing, right?
Yeah.
Those of you in the chat, if you're watching on twitch.tv, thank you. Those of you in the chat right now, go ahead and type in your favorite crappy beer. Like your
What if you
favorite
don't
crappy.
drink?
I can do that easily. None.
No,
I
but
don't
I
have
think
a favorite
everyone has
beer.
it go to like
Favorite
if you go to a
cheapest
thing,
beer. Favorite cheapest and most inexpensive beer.
yeah,
Doesn't
your
have to be
favorite
like
cheapest beer.
I mean, I know the cheapest beer in my work. So, like, because I work in a pub,
Is it-
so I know what my cheapest one is.
Yeah, put your favorite cheap. Okay, put your favorite economy beer in the chat. Like when your money's tight and you need a
Economy
drink.
If I'm going out, I will get a summer beer, and I will get myself the one beer that's named after the very thing that shut us all down back in 2020.
Oh yeah,
The Corona beer.
Yeah,
How
we
could
used
I
to
have
sell those
forgotten
before.
about
Yeah.
How could
Corona
I forgot
beer.
about Hefeweizen? How could I forget about Hefeweizen? How dare me? I'm even
Hefeweizen?
German. Hefeweizen?
Wait, are you talking about
That's a beer, dude.
Heffenweisen? Like that? What you're talking
No,
about?
it's a W is a V in German.
Oh,
It's Hefeweizen.
That's the orangey tasting
Um,
one. I'm okay with that.
I drink cider.
I was like,
so-
what beer is from Germany? Oh, Hefeweizen. How dare me?
My favorite like economy beer was always like Miller High Lifes. Miller High Lifes were pretty good for
Miller
economy.
Highlights.
Yeah, that is the champagne of beers.
Highlights. Oh, is it
that
like
was-
White
cider-
Claw?
I'm more a cider girl. I like sweet things.
Oh, okay.
I enjoy sour, but I have actually grown an interest in sour. I do like sours because they're like sweet and sour beer, and they're not super hoppy. So I will say that I do enjoy sour every
I miss
every
beer.
once in a while.
I miss beer sometimes.
Save yourself from the bloat.
Don't do it,
Save
Erik.
yourself from the bloat.
So I've had
Well-
one beer, I think, in the past maybe 2 years, and it was
I don't
the
think there's anything wrong with the
it was the
occasional beer.
No.
Duff beer. It was the Duff beer at Universal Studios, just so I could say I drank a
Why?
Duff
Wait,
beer,
Duff beer?
Oh,
Hell
Duff beer.
yeah!
and it was
I did
literally
exact-
just Budweiser. I'm
I
like,
wanted
this
to do
is
the
Did they
exact
actually-
same thing, Eric.
I was
but,
gonna
like,
say,
my
did they create their
grandmother's
own
there.
recipe? Did they
I'm sorry,
create
one
their
more
own
time?
recipe, or they just put just like Budweiser in there?
honestly, I don't know. It tastes like Budweiser, like generic beer to me. Like it,
Budweiser
there was
night.
nothing special about it. Shall we
What'd you say,
segue?
Zen?
Oh, go Zen.
Oh, I completely forgot.
Oh, you're
Something about grandmother.
yeah, something
yeah,
about
grandma.
grandmas.
Oh
Sound like
right.
grammar.
I wanted to order the Duff beer, but my grandmother's there, and she probably would have frowned upon me
Oh,
because she doesn't drink.
Yeah, I was all
Well,
excited
Were
because
you above age?
Yeah, I mean, it was literally Florida back in like 2020.
oh, I thought you were gonna say like last week.
okay.
She's like, "How dare you?"
No.
Oh, so check this out.
37-year-old. Shut up.
How's your grandma?
She's in her mid 70s, but she actually
Oh.
looked like my grandmother somehow looks younger than my dad,
Genes.
which is crazy. She's
It's
in
all
better-
conspiracy theories.
Well, that's
Age
because
you.
my dad does not take care of himself, and he
That's it.
he even believes that like toothpaste would probably like rot your teeth or something like that.
Oh my god. Anyway, so
Yeah. All right. Moving on. So
moving
Yeah.
on. Remember we were talking about
Games.
liquid death. Well, we could close this out before we go to games here. Remember we were talking about the
Liquid
liquid death? Yes. Check this out.
Oh, you mean-
This is the liquid death cherry obituary.
Oh.
So you can see what
why
I
is
was
that
telling
can
you.
so pretty?
Is it cherry
Yeah.
sparkling water?
It's like cherry sparkling water.
That's
cool. Okay.
But it literally
You guys
looks
really
like
never seen that before?
yeah. It
No, we
literally
have. We
looks
talked
like a-
about it a while
yeah.
ago.
It literally looks like a generic like beer. You know, like for someone that's really struggling to not drink beer, this is the perfect can for you. Like, look at it. It even
That
looks
can
like
is my face melting from eating all these sour candies.
all right. Anyway, so video games. I lost my keyboard, so I can't chat in the chat, but I got Discord on my phone. But so let's go ahead and let's go to the doc. All right, so we've got a whole bunch of Hades going on.
Yeah. We've all got the
You like
Hades
how I
fever.
did that? You like that one?
Is it Hades or Hades 2?
Well,
Both.
there's both.
Yes, there's 2.
There's both.
But you both played 2?
I did not play 2
I've
yet.
not played 2 yet. I'm
Okay.
doing things with the first game before I play Hades 2.
I agree. I would do it that as well. I haven't played, and that's what I'm going to do
Wait,
too.
I
Hades-
wanted to move on to Hades too, but I've been way too busy.
Oh, it
That's
was
fair
on the
enough.
dock. That's where I was like, it was on the dock. And
He
now it's not
removed
there.
it. He changed
Wow.
it.
Yeah, because I thought I'd be playing Hades 2 by then, but whoops, I've been busy.
All right, so
Yeah,
I'm going to
right
kind
off.
of bounce around a little bit here on how it is because I'm excited about all this stuff. Okay, so Dill,
Mhm.
is this your first time playing Hades?
No, because this is my save file from about 3 years ago that I did on stream then. What I'm doing is I'm continuing the runs after I beat the main story because I want to get the epilogue ending before I move on to Hades 2. Because there's a
So-
secondary ending to the game.
I remember because I'm playing Hades. I'm replaying Hades 1 also, and I remember falling in love with this game when it came out. It was actually my game of the year that year. But even now, I still don't understand the concept of the story. Like it's
What's to understand? You're trying to break out of the underworld. Your father's trying to stop you. It's basically daddy issues, the game.
right. It's basically daddy issues. But
Yes.
For those that don't know, Hades, what do we define Hades? Is it like a roguelike? Is Hades a roguelike?
It's a roguelike dungeon crawler game that
Right.
is like 2D/3D, and it basically is just you trying to escape the underworld. That's
It's
it.
a roguelite, right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
roguelike.
It's
And
it's not a okay, so people play through multiple playthroughs. Is that necessary?
Yes.
Yep.
I've done 43 runs now in the game so far.
it's literally
Bruh.
designed. I think this is what the brilliant thing about this game, and I think the way it's designed is it's actually designed for you to do multiple runs. You'll
It is.
die, it's
Okay.
designed to where you die.
Yeah.
Because you
'Cause
will
the
eventually
more-
die. Yeah.
The more runs you do, the more you experience. The more experience you get, the more you can grow your character. The more you also do that, the more dialogue you also unlock with the characters
But
you
it's not a
interact with.
true death.
No, because you're a part of the underworld, so technically it's you die
already dead.
on the
Do you
journey.
absorb the
but you come
experience
back.
from your previous runs, and you just keep?
Yes.
Yeah, you get
and
to
you
keep
keep
some of
growing.
the things
Okay.
that you get while you're out there. So,
So
but
you're
also
growing on yourself.
Basically, you get currency stuff, which
Okay.
basically allows you to like grow your character and unlock more things.
Right.
Basically, that they can do.
yeah,
and more weapons
or like
too.
different weapons, or change
Yeah.
them up. And I'm not going to get into it because I don't want to have spoilers. But Hades,
Yes.
which I just experienced for the first time within the last few months, has been an incredible experience, and I highly suggest you give it a try because I know-
Everyone says that. Everyone says that.
Join us,
so-
Everis. Join us.
I will. I just got
You
to
need
do
more
Morgan's
himbo in your
game
life.
first.
Yeah, you need. Yeah, and also this game is very catered to bisexuals. That's all I have to say.
It's very androgynous, this game. Very, very
Yes.
androgynous.
Very
But,
much so.
It is designed, Everest, in a way too where you don't have to. It's designed in a way where there's not this need to continually keep playing it or keep up on top of it. It is designed in a way where you can just do a few runs, see how well you do, fall back,
And then come back to it later.
come back to. It's designed that way, but it's. I think the real brilliance behind it is you are literally designed in the game to die. Because every time you die, you gain experience, you gain a little more knowledge, and then you start figuring out the routes to go. And then it kind of throws you for a loop because then it throws you for a loop because then you kind of flips around the different routes and you get different routes when you come back and try the run again. And then it starts getting into
You
this
don't
realm.
have to memorize it, do you? Be like, oh,
No,
I went
no,
left.
no,
okay,
no,
I have to
no,
go
no,
right.
Not at all.
Oh, okay.
Like the only
Okay.
thing that you kind of need to pay attention to is maybe like, all right, so if I have this weapon and if I go with this Olympus god, then they could help my they could be really good for this kind of weapon, or it could be really good if I want to use this ability, or if I want to dash. So there's different kinds of gods that you can side with that can lend you their powers. But most of it is like for you to discover and figure out what works best for your play style, because I know some people like to just dash around nonstop. There's someone like me where it's like, all right, mass spam attacks and then just go in there and just beat the ever living shit out of them with your fists. And then there's some that just like hang back and just like shoot things with a rifle from afar. So
That's
America style.
It's the way he brings that up. So the way he brings that up is that's what I discovered. I like playing this game with the bow and arrow because I can attack everything from a distance, and then I can dash out of way when they get close, and then just fire up more arrows. It's an incredibly well done game. This is literally probably one of my favorite games I've played in a long time.
Yeah.
Is it a good streamable game?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh yes.
'Cause I feel like it would be hard to kind of keep up with chat because there's so much going on. Because you have to like bob and
I go
weave.
back and forth.
Mid combat, you're gonna struggle to read chat. But like after that, like you will have like a minute or two or however long you want it.
Okay.
Like, okay,
That
let me just
kind of
read
vibe.
chat, and then you can react, and then you can be like, oh man, that was pretty close.
Yeah.
And then get back to it. And then if you do die, then like you have like plenty of freedom to just reach out as you go along until you're back doing another run.
It also it doesn't force you into the next segment of the level. Like you have to like, press a button to activate the door. So like you do run into these opportunities where you can do your run in that section of the level and then, stop, chat or whatever, and then proceed to the next one. So it works in segments. Absolutely brilliant game. Unfortunately, none of us are playing Hades 2 yet. Like that's the new hotness.
I'm still like, as I said, I want to get the epilogue ending before I actually do that, which is going to take me quite a number of runs.
Does anybody perhaps know what came with Hades 2? Like what they've advertised as being new and cool in the new game?
I don't know. I haven't really checked it out. I've been trying to be.
Let me Google.
So like, I feel that like there's a lot of people that didn't really want to give something like a roguelike a chance, and there's a lot of people that were like, I don't really care much for roguelikes. If I die, then it gets frustrating, and if I'm just keep failing at things over and over again, it's just not my forte, and I'm just going to move on and do something else. Whereas Hades, like they actually kind of reward you, where if you die, then that actually means like, okay, so I got this thing and this thing, I can unlock this thing, and this should actually make me more overpowered the next time I do this, or I can try something entirely different and I might stand a better chance. So a lot of people that don't like roguelikes were like, hey, this is actually pretty fucking cool.
Here's a super brief summary. New weapons, new enemies, new systems, new protagonist.
Yeah,
nice. I like it. Straight to the point. Like, how do we deny that? So the good news is,
I didn't want to read anything that might be a spoiler for somebody. So I feel like that's pretty good.
Wait, we're talking about Hades too?
Yes.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
That was a description of like all the
Hades too.
And then apparently there's something called the Crossroads Hub World. Different features that makes your runs unique without mentioning all the story bits and secrets. Interesting. I don't know what that means.
I don't
Doesn't
either,
mean anything to me.
If it's anything like the first game, this is damn good. I can already tell this is damn good.
I've seen it and it looks good.
Yeah. I can't fucking recommend it enough. Like go play Hades. Unfortunately, I was looking on Steam right now because I had purchased it on sale. It was like $8 on sale like last week, and it's no longer on sale. So it's the full $24.99.
Game Pass?
It might be on Game Pass.
Might be on Game Pass.
A friend from high school actually gifted Hades. For I think he just randomly gave it to me as it just like, hey, it's on sale. Here, have it. It was on your wish list.
I want friends
but
like you have.
It just so happened. It just so happened it was like a week before my birthday, and I was like, "It can be my birthday gift." And he's like, "Okay."
Okay, I don't see
it's
it.
The
on
perfect.
Cool.
It's the perfect.
Thanks for the birthday gift. Proceed to just completely forget it exists.
Great job. I wonder how they feel about that right now. I wonder how they feel about that right now. They're just sitting there like blank stare, listening to this. Like
they're probably like sobbing while they're playing Hades too. I'm like, Everis could be enjoying this too with me.
I bought it so we played together, guys. What the heck?
We can we could gossip about our love for himbos together.
But yeah, brilliant game. Really, really brilliant game. Can't recommend it enough. Go play Hades. If you have played Hades already, then go play Hades 2. I don't even need to go play Hades 2 right now to tell you it's probably good because the first one's so damn good. So yeah, Hades 2, or not Hades. Well, Hades 1 and 2. So from what I hear, 2 is fantastic. 1 is excellent. Go drop some money on Hades 1. Okay. Everis, you did it.
No, she hasn't done it yet.
Finishing.
Oh, what? Okay, hold on. Let me look at the doc
know.
here. There we go.
It just says finishing, and shameless plug. I'm hoping to finish it tonight. It's embarrassing. This is the second time I've attempted to get to Ganon and have failed.
Wait, why are we embarrassed?
I will say,
because it's fucking hard to get past all those, like, there's like a freaking glue, like, I think you can just run past them. I don't think they're required to kill them.
All right, let's help you. Let's help you. Tell us where you're at.
I got effed over by the gloom. Crap, what is it called? What is that enemy called?
The gloom shadow?
The horse. The horseman.
The horse?
The horseman.
Come on. It's
the Lynel.
Peter.
Yeah.
The horse is here.
Oh.
That's not a horse. It's the closest thing you can say to it is a centaur, not a horse.
Oh, you mean a Linux?
Horseman is a centaur.
The Linux,
wait a minute. Okay, are you in the, like, are you doing the tunnel run to get all the way down? Okay.
I don't think I have to kill. I don't think I have to do it.
Okay. Can I tell her?
I don't have to kill him.
You can run away. Yeah.
You can.
No.
I can just keep going.
No. When you get to that, because you're talking about the part where you go down the tunnel, like you're going down the pit, right? Okay, and then you get to the Lynel.
You're in the pit. You're in the pit, and you get to the Lynel. And I killed him, but I blew through all of my food that I had.
When you get to, because you're if I remember right, you're on a ledge above the Lynel, right? Like you look down and you see it. Look to the left when you're standing at the top of that ledge, and you might find yourself a little side route and go around the Lynel.
Yeah.
What?
Yep.
Oh, I'm so mad.
No, it's okay.
That upsets me. That upsets me.
No, I'm excited for you because
should I look for a lot of those types of routes to get around?
Yes, because there's a lot of stuff that happens in the tunnels or the I don't know what it is, the chasm. There's a lot of stuff that happens in that chasm that's just, it's going to hammer you and you're going to be miserable, but there are ways around a lot of it that you don't have to. That
made me mad. It made me so mad, and it made me not want to, like, I wouldn't say rage quit, but like it was 5 hours in the stream and I was like, guys, I have to be done. This is so frustrating.
No, I hear you.
But it wasn't like 5 hours of trying. It was like, I'm going to prepare for 4 hours. And then we tried for an hour and I was like, this sucks. I just lost all of my food and all my shit that I prepared. And it wasn't like I could make more because, again, the Zone cookout pots are great. I ran out of gloom, the Sundelians. So I couldn't make any more anti-gloom food. So I had to go out and farm more Sundelians again, which was just a pain. I was so mad. I was so mad because I blew through all my food.
You're in like the most exciting part of this game. Like you're getting.
I get it, and I know that, but it's like I was so mad because you prepare and then you lose it all in the span of 20 minutes.
It's gonna be so worth it when you get to the end of that chasm.
I know. I'm really excited. I'm excited for it. I tried to do it last night. Unfortunately, I got a migraine. Like a bad migraine.
The thing I will tell you though is, yes, look to your left when you're at the top of that little ledge and you see the Lynel below you. Look to your left. It's not going to be blatantly obvious. You're going to have to do a little looking and thinking, but you will find a route. I guarantee it, because that's how I did it. You will find a route to get around him.
I actually spent some time off stream and I was like, I gotta figure out how to kill this Lynel. So I killed like 10 Lynels. I'm still not great at this. I'm still not great at the silver ones, but I can do the blue and the red pretty easy.
Aren't the silver ones the toughest ones?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, she figures
knock
she takes
down
out
10 hearts of health stat, like with one hit, and you're like, whoa. And then they blow through your shields really fast as well.
Ooh.
So
If you
we have
if you use your shield block,
dragonflies here.
if you use your shield block, then I can only get 2 hits in before the shield explodes. So
with Lynel's, I actually did not have any issues with shields, but it's because like instead of doing like using the shields to block,
you probably buffed them. Did you buff them?
No, I did a lot of my dodging by side hopping out of the way.
I tried so hard. And I still can't really kill a Lynel through what is it? What's that attack where you dodge and then you're able to
Quit time?
Yes, but there's a term for it. It like slows down and you're able to get in like 5 hits.
You slow
or
the
something.
arrow down and then you knock them out 5 arrows in a row.
I can do that, but you can do it with your sword if you dodge the right time.
Flurry rush.
Oh yes, the flurry.
Flurry rush.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Morgan.
I can't. Zen's got it down. I have not been able to get it.
You know what you can also do?
Okay, I'm gonna save you some hassle, Everis. Practice your flurry rushes now. Just do it now.
Yeah, you practice them.
Practice them now.
What if you can't do it? What if you still can't do it?
Then you're gonna hate life. That's what I'm saying.
I have played this game for 180 hours and I've maybe done it 3 times. Maybe.
Hey, listen.
Listen. How many times can I be able to successfully do it?
Zen Navi here. Hi, hello. I'll be your fairy for today. So the Tears of the Kingdom has this great
hey, listen.
Has this great feature called building. The thing is, if you suck at combat, I'm like, you know what? I'm tired of doing all this fucking work. Here, I'm just gonna do an auto build. Here's a turret, here's a turret, here's a turret, here's a turret. Right. I'm gonna stand behind this box and just watch the Lynels get absolutely nuked by these cannons that I build.
But she's not gonna be able to build where she needs the flurry rush.
Not at that.
Well, at least get rid of the Lynels.
I've seen the end boss fight. I've seen someone kill it in freaking like 40 seconds.
Yeah, you're in trouble. If you don't know how to
thank you.
rush.
I'm glad you watched my streams.
He didn't do flurry rush. He didn't do flurry rush.
Oh, okay then. Maybe I'm wrong.
He pummeled it with arrows.
Nice.
He pummeled it with arrows, but I still don't know how. It was like it's one of those situations where it made it look so much easier than it probably really is. But
we have a suggestion.
I know everyone says that. Everyone says that to dodge earlier than it looks, but you need more description than that. You need more description than that. I feel like it's something you can only understand if you successfully do it like a few times and then you get it in your head.
It took me a while. Like it took me several runs to get the flurry rush thing down. So you're not alone.
How many times did you get him to kill him? Did you get it in one shot or did you die?
Fuck no.
I did it did I do it my first try?
I mean, I maybe did it in one shot of whiskey an hour where I was just like, this sucks, and then just keep pounding them. But no. It took me probably 3 to 4 hours.
Because you can't just dodge. You can't just say, oh, dodge flurry rush, because you have to dodge in the right direction and you have to know their attack patterns. You can't willy-nilly flurry rush.
If they're charging at you, you need to make sure that like consider your angle. Like imagine there's a Lynel heading straight for your way. What you do is if it's heading straight for a direction, pick one side that you always dodge for. Like think of your strongest
we're not even
side.
talking about the Lynel, dude.
Okay, well enemies in general. Always pick the
you can apply
one
it to any
side.
enemy.
Okay.
Because I dodge always to the left. I never dodge to the right unless if I can't get an angle or if I try and do a jump to the left, I'm just going to go straight into its face. You don't want that. So Try and always angle yourself where you can always dodge out of the way, even if you don't get the flurry rush. At least you'll be out of danger. And always kind of like wait until like the last possible second. If you do it too early, they will most often change their like they'll try and like divot a little bit and try and head straight for you anyway. So as long as you're late, even if you don't get the flurry rush, you'll at least be out of danger. And it can hit your shield. Worst case scenario.
I'm okay dodging left or right like that. That's not really an issue as much. I just can't get the flurry rush in.
Yeah, you'll get it. You'll get it. Trust me.
Also,
You'll have no choice.
You have way too much confidence in my abilities.
We have to have faith.
Well, I'm sorry for being a friend and believing in you. Like, God
Thank
forbid.
you. Thank you. You know what? Thank you. I appreciate it. I do. I really do. I'm just like, my mindset is, wow, I've never like had this much dread going into boss fight.
That means the boss fight's working.
I don't even think that Breath of the Wild was like that either.
No, Breath of the Wild was nothing like this. This was like,
it was
holy
easy.
shit.
It was easy. And that's what I think that frustrates me, is because you spend the entire time, you don't really have to do that many, have that many, you don't have to put that much skill into your combat for like basically any other boss in the game. And then you get to this boss and you're just pounded and you are just obliterated. Like, it's just, I don't know. I feel like the jump is really far.
Did you get the ability to leave like the markers where you want them, like to teleport? Did you get the teleport marker?
No, but
you
possibly, yeah.
You definitely want those.
You definitely want that thing. I forgot how you get it, but there's a ability that you can get. Mild spoiler, I figure we're okay by now.
No, if I don't have it, then because it comes from the central area, right?
I think so. Like, it gives you this ability to put a teleport marker where you want it. So
I think I have it. I've just never used it.
Yeah, you're gonna want to figure out how to use that thing, because that will be very, very helpful when you'll see what I mean when it's like, oh shit, like I need to put a marker here and go get supplies or whatever and come back.
So you can teleport in and out of it?
Yeah. Right. Because let's just put it this way. Erik forgot to lay down the teleporter marker. Turn the console off. And I had to go, or ended the game, and I had to go through that whole chasm segment again.
Oh.
So I'm just giving.
I will take your advice.
Yeah,
lay the marker. I think that will probably save a lot of headache. God, I have so much dread right now. I have so much dread going into this stream.
It may sound like dread, but I think when you do it, you will have some of the most fun. I think when you see how it like builds up.
I want to see Everis' reaction to one particular moment.
There's a suggestion for you here, Everis. There's a suggestion to bring attack up food, so food that brings up your attack rankings.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea. I guess it just depends on would you want to bring defense or attack food.
Yeah, because
you can only pick one.
Bring both. So like, it just kind of just depends on like the situation. Where you feel like you're gonna take like a bunch of hits, then grab a defense up. But if it's like a one-on-one, then always bet on yourself, because sometimes the best defense is a really good offense. Because if in a battle of attrition, if you take down your opponent far quicker than they take down you, then you're gonna win. So
in any case,
all you need is just a bunch of bananas, right? Bananas.
Bananas.
You know where to find bananas, don't you?
Yeah.
I have so many bananas. I have so many bananas.
There you go.
If you just throw 5 of them, all of a sudden you get 3 to maximum attack. There you go.
How much is it? Only 5 hearts of health, though.
Who cares about the health? You got other things for health.
I do.
Because you can always combine something that increases your maximum. Wait, you got like
5
every
minutes?
single heart. What are you talking about? All right, so you're gonna be fine. So
I got mauled by a Lynel.
Well, now you know how to dodge the Lynel.
Recover.
No. You got aggressively hugged by a Lynel.
Yeah.
I would say worse words, but I'm not allowed to say them.
Oh my gosh. I
You're
can
gonna
just
do it.
imagine Everis with the Lynel and fighting until like midnight and Everis just out here singing, I die in your Lynel arms tonight.
Oh my god. That was really bad.
That was perfect. That was perfect. There was nothing bad about that. You're the only one booing here. When is this all going down anyway? When's this
Boomy
battle
because
for
you
the
care.
ages?
I start stream around 6-7 p.m. Pacific ish.
Like every day or
No, like that's just typically when I start stream on a day that I stream.
oh,
Does that
okay.
make
Got
sense?
it. So but there's no set schedule for this battle here because I got to decide between Everis and Ganon versus Jake Paul and Mike Tyson. So we got to just make sure we got
Everis and Ganon all the way.
Yeah, yeah.
Because that match will be over
You
in
can
one
always
match. mate.
record it. You can record it.
We got
That
Bob.
boxing match. that's gonna be
Technically,
over.
technically you can. Well, here's my argument. Technically, you can record and watch back both, but you can only be part of the live chat on my channel.
That's true. That's true. Twitch.tv/JustEveris.
Tune in for Jake Paul only if his pallbearers are there as well.
Mike Tyson's gonna be his pallbearer. Mike Tyson's gonna carry the coffin.
He's gonna be
Well,
kill
we all know
one
that
punch.
we all know that boxing, especially in regards to Jake Paul or any Paul brother, is rigged, right? So unfortunately, we won't be seeing that.
That's some.
Gonna be a thing. All right.
I don't know.
Go ahead.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like all it takes is one mistake and Mike Tyson floors him. Just one mistake. That's all it takes. It's
Slips
no
and
like
he's dead.
you understand
his ears off, man.
Yeah, like you understand. Mike Tyson is what you call old school boxer. There was some brutal times in the boxing age, and
You imagine
Yeah.
like they're telling his story at the funeral. What actually happened to him? Oh, Jake Paul slipped and landed right on Mike Tyson's fist. And he was dead.
Oh my god, yeah. That would happen.
I've never seen a 60-year-old man like fight, like sparring like I've seen Mike Tyson.
Yeah,
I was like,
you
what
still got
is
it.
going on? It's like you get like an old beat up pickup truck, but you still love it. So what do? You throw a supercharger on it. That's Mike Tyson.
And it still works.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna bounce over to Dill, who's got his Elden Ring crowd control. Dill, how did it go? What is the consensus?
It was hilariously chaotic. That's the consensus. It was a ton of fun. And a lot of redemptions were the speed up ones, the ones where you speed up the character and it goes so fast that you literally just fling yourself off a cliff. Those ones are like the most hilarious ones. But then I started adapting to chat's, crowd control redemptions, because the one fight that I took on that I knew was going to be a piece of work was, well, is it a spoiler at this point since the game's been out for like 2 years?
I think
No,
you're
fine.
okay.
Yeah. Melania Blade of Mikola, which is obviously the hardest boss in the game. And through crowd control, we discovered a little glitch about Melania where you can just destroy her through crowd control. So one of the redemptions for crowd control is the auto parry redemption, where it will just, no matter what, it will automatically parry any physical attacks that come to you. One of Melania's weaknesses is being parried. When auto parry was turned on, Melania could not touch me. I was literally just slicing and dicing at her until she was dead.
That's
So
gotta be
cool.
satisfying.
It was. I was stuck on her for quite a few hours at least before someone just did that, and we were like, hold on, this is not killing me. Oh my god. And then the chat just went, spam it! Spam the auto parry!
Was it during when she was trying to do her waterfowl dance?
Yes. She was trying to do a waterfall dance.
Perfect.
And some reason I was like, hold on, I'm still alive. What the hell?
If that's the case, I want to see more people try and parry Melania when she's doing the waterfowl. It's like, no, you are stopping that. This is
Oh,
Because-
there is already a compilation on the internet where like you see someone demolish Malia by parrying her. Like,
So
it
I
is
will say
awesome.
this for any of you guys that have not experienced this fight. Melania is a name that is said
sends
in
shivers down
anyone
your
that's
spine.
played any kind of like Souls game, or even if you don't play Souls game, you probably have heard this name because it is probably one of the most challenging encounters in any kind of like
Yep.
sword fighting game or melee game, because she's got this move where she just goes around swinging her weapon like 4 or 5 times per second, and every single time she hits you, not only does it do major damage, but it also will restore her health. She gets health restored per hit, so if she's like down like halfway her health, and if she absolutely melts through your life bar, she's all of a sudden back up to full health.
Yep.
And there's a
Yeah, that sounds
second
like a nightmare.
phase where add that, but also adds what's called
Scarlet Rot.
Crimson, Scarlet Rot, which is basically like a deadly toxic poison to you.
Yeah.
And on top of trying to like recover her health and all that stuff, and it's I've seen people do a lot of runs to this character, and it took them like hundreds and hundreds of tries, and some even like I think I've seen one where it was like in the thousands.
Well, there was the streamer Kai Sinat. He actually had been going through Elden Ring recently. He just beat the game as of yesterday after 167 hours of playing the game and over 1,700 deaths. And I'm pretty sure I've seen the image from the start of the Millennia fight to the end of the Millennia fight where he beat her. It took him over 500 attempts on Millennia.
Oh, that's
alone.
nothing. I died by what's his name? Who's the first asshole in this game?
The first asshole in the game is nothing compared to Millennia.
Margit.
Yeah,
I died by Margit 500 times. That's not impressive.
I mean, I think Margit and this third playthrough took me like 2 attempts to beat because, like, I had a mage build. Mage builds are really broken in Elden Ring.
Yeah, Eric,
I'm gonna do it. Okay.
Google Millennia, and you'll be like, no, I am not fighting that.
If you thought Margit is hard, Millennia is basically 100 Margits.
It'd probably make that boss from Resident Evil 4 look like a bitch.
Oh yeah,
That guy was a
absolutely.
bitch.
He was.
No, but
yeah.
you know, the other kind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no
But-
other encounter or boss fight or anything that I've found as hard as Millennia. I had to like find a way to like kind of like stun lock and cheese Millennia, because otherwise I didn't stand a chance, and I had like a giant health bar and I did like a lot of damage, and it still like was not going to be good. Gonna get me through the fight.
All right. I'm going to take a stand right here, right now. Okay. I'm going to finish one of these things. Okay. These From
I will
Souls,
help you if you need
I'm
help.
one of these From Souls, Dark Souls, whatever, Dark Depths of Hell, torture, porn games. I'm going to do this. Okay.
Eric,
I feel like you should do Elden Ring then.
You
Because
should
you
do
have
well,
Elden
that's
Ring.
what we're gonna
Elden
do.
Ring is the easiest
You have the
one,
most
I will say.
flexibility in that game.
Yes, you do.
All right. Here's what we're going to do. Okay. So we have 3 people. You're 3 of you here in the panel. You're going to take a unanimous decision and vote on the one and recommend me the one that I should see to the end.
Elden Ring.
I only say
Elden
Elden
Ring.
Ring, not because I've
Elden
played
Ring.
it, but because I know that it's the most open world and you have the
It
most
is.
flexibility.
You
and
do.
so you're not going to get frustrated by little things from
Yeah.
as frustrated from little things when you're getting from
As
point A to
frustrated.
point A to point B to get to your boss. That's
Elden
what
Ring is the
frustrated me.
most accessible game for new Soulsborne player. Like, I recommend Elden Ring to anyone who is new to the Soulsborne franchise because it is very open to like any play style, pretty much.
Morgan says she's not on the panel, but she wants to chime her 2 cents anyway. So she's like, I
She
say
counts.
Elden Ring. All right, Morgan counts. See, Morgan, you're one of us. You count.
Yes.
You get a vote. Elden Ring. Okay, so Morgan
Yes.
recommends Elden Ring. Zenith, what is
She's
your
our producer.
recommendation?
She can have a vote.
Elden Ring.
Yes.
Okay,
I mean,
so
I
the
could be evil and say Sekiro because that's the hardest one out of all
Yo,
of them.
speaking of that, all right. So speaking of that, I've been watching this show called Shogun on FX.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Mhm.
basically Game of Thrones but samurais,
I've heard.
and this is badass. So I was like, maybe I'll go play this Sekiro game. But
So I heard that's the hardest one.
Yeah. And
It's
I don't
arguable,
have the,
but
Yeah.
I heard it's the hardest one.
It is.
I
It's
don't
the
have
hardest
the-
one to adapt to, Sekiro. That's why it's, to me, it's one of the hardest ones to play. I died
Did
a
you beat
lot
that
in
one?
that game.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah. I think Dill will enjoy that clip because I thought I had a good run going. No.
Okay,
Nice.
so
got ruined.
it's being unanimous here. I'm unanimous here. I'm going to go ahead
Oh,
and I'm
you
going
were
to
close as
uninstall
well.
all the other ones.
Oh,
It's
you
really
got skewered.
big.
Oh, you got skewered.
It's
That's
really
the worst
big,
thing to
Eric.
happen.
FYI.
Wait, what is?
The game is very large. Elden Ring is very large.
Oh yeah, it's the biggest map they've ever made. Like,
Oh,
in
I
a
was
game.
playing it. Like I played it that whole year. Everyone else was playing it, but I didn't
Yeah.
like dive into
I
it.
showed because like Damie has been getting into Elden Ring recently. Basically I made it my quest to like unlock the entire map just to show her how massive the map is on the game because it's massive.
All right, I don't know how long it's going to take. It's definitely not going to be a back to the backlog thing because I feel like this game's going to take me a million years.
Yes.
But-
Yeah, it's something you kind of pick up and put down.
Okay,
Yeah.
we're
Yeah.
going to do Elden
Um,
Ring. I'm going to uninstall all the other ones, and I'm going to take everyone's recommendation here, and we are going to go ahead and we are going to do the Elden Ring thing. Okay.
Yes. But yeah, Elden Ring crowd control has been pretty fun. I finished it yesterday after 52 hours of playing the game in total because of the mage build. As I said, mage build is broken in Elden Ring. I know how to like break the game with it. And then we raised over $200 now because of crowd control for St.
Hey.
Yeah.
For the kids.
Let's go.
For the
Yeah,
kids,
so we've
go,
passed the
St.
$200
Jude.
mark. So
how are you doing on your campaign too, Zenith? While we're on the topic.
No. I'll answer that question later. I want to give Dill the spotlight.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
Go, Dill. Sorry.
So yeah, but now that I've finished it, I'm moving on to my next game for crowd control, which I put a poll out for it. It's going to be either Dark Souls 3, Pokemon Crystal, or Sonic Adventures 2. Those are my 3 games that I've chosen for like the next crowd control game, so we can see if we can try and raise more money via crowd control because it was a lot of fun doing that. It really was. So like, yeah.
Nice.
Yes, so that's like my plan next for it, and then we're going to see if we can try and raise as much money as possible until the end of the month because I've got milestones for every $100 until up to $1,000. So we'll see how far we can go.
Let's get it. All right, Zenith, you are up to bat. We got Banjo Tooie randomizer.
I found out that this randomizer exists, and I played the Banjo Kazooie randomizer, which is the first one. Who here has played any of the Banjo games?
A long time ago.
Good. It's honestly one of the best platforming games. That I feel like, and that's coming from someone that enjoys Mario 64, Sunshine, Galaxy, and also loved like all the Donkey Kong games. I feel that the Banjo Kazooie and Tooie are some of the most prime examples of what you would expect to be in a collectathon platformer. And so the Kazooie randomizer is, it's all right, but there's not enough variation in like the abilities and things you can get. Whereas in Tooie, if you don't know, Banjo Tooie has they introduced a whole bunch of abilities that weren't in the original game, and a lot of them are crazier, bigger, more imaginative, and actually allows Banjo and Kazooie to split off from each other, where they have their own individual ability sets. And you get to there's transformations, there's new abilities. You can even like play as Mumbo, who is the guy that transforms you in the first game. So in the Tooie randomizer, there's a lot more variation to like what you can find, because I'm having a lot of fun with it, but it's taken me so many hours because I don't remember, because it's been like 18 years since I played Tooie. But it had me going all over the place from like Glitter Gulch Mine. I had to like blow up all the rocks as the detonator because I didn't have the drill peck pound thing where you have to like drill through the rocks. Eric, you remember Tooie, right?
Vaguely. I'll be honest with you, vaguely. That was one of those ones I paid like a long time ago. I probably have to refresh it.
Okay. And things are going like really good. I'm unlocking like a whole bunch of progress, but I can't visit a stage called the Grunty Industries because I don't have spring boots. But it's really cool because I practically have to like learn how to 100% this game in order to find all the items, because like they shuffled things like Jiggies, the Jinjos, they shuffle like all the Mumbos that allow, sort of the Humbas that allow you to like transform your character. So, and all of like the move sets, like you go to say learn the ability where Banjo pulls out a Kazooie like it's like Kazooie's a shotgun, but instead it'll give you like a Jiggy or something else.
Get jiggy with it.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun.
What's with it?
But yeah,
are the Banjo games on the N64 like online servicing?
I think
I don't think so.
is. I swear I've seen the first one on there. Oh. Banjo.
I can't recall.
Nintendo Switch.
I mean, obviously, like in order for me to run the randomizer, I need to run it through, the Nintendo software.
The better one.
Yeah, they're really all fucking don't copy that floppy about their stuff right now. Like,
honestly, what's actually crazy is I was talking to the person that actually made the Banjo-Tooie randomizer, and he said that whoever made Banjo-Tooie and Kazooie, they encrypted it so well where it's really hard to like decompile the information and make it where things can be randomized. So
but not
it's
impossible.
like that's very interesting and smart, because
Rare
back then was in a league of its own. But
yeah,
since
they were special.
So like with all like the Microsoft like up layoffs and whatnot, it's kind of like making me wonder like scared for like employees of Rare, because like they shut down what studios did they shut down, Dill?
Tango Gameworks was a major one they shut down.
Yeah,
that's the developers of Hi-Fi Rush.
Yeah, that's the Hi-Fi Rush dev.
Yeah,
they let go. And I don't want to get too much into that whole topic because it's starting to just get fucking absurd, to be honest.
Yeah,
but,
exactly. So I'm just glad
I see your
they're still
sentiments
around.
though. Like I see your sentiments in the whole thing.
But unfortunately, Rare, I don't think they'll ever do another Banjo-Kazooie game. But it'd be nice because like Banjo did get some love for Smash Brothers, but
yeah, that's
I don't know. I think they would have, like, in order for them to release another one, they would actually have to like Microsoft would have to like buy out the studio and be like, here, go work for Nintendo.
That'd be wild.
Yeah.
They're also Chibi, they are working on a Paper Mario 1000 to a randomizer.
Cool.
Yeah, I got confirmation of that.
Did you see that Nintendo is not letting some retailers sell the Paper Mario thing, like pre-order?
Really?
Like they canceled a bunch of the pre-orders.
Yeah, Walmart did.
Yeah,
Walmart.
And I'm like, that's wild. That's new.
That is wild.
So who knows what's going on with that? Anyway, you also got some Stardew Valley going.
Yep. Did some community multiplayer for Stardew Valley, but the thing is, because I was doing it for St. Jude. I made it where people can pay, like if they donate, they can do things where it's like, all right, I want you to chop down every tree on the farm. I want you to spend all your money on flamingos, which we did. That's why
gotta have flamingos.
We have like 12 flamingos on the farm. Don't judge. And we also got a donation where we had to turn Stardew Valley into a battle royale game. So every single person on the farm,
there's friendly fire?
Well, not really, but with bombs. So everyone was given 90 bombs. I will say this. The battle was so intense. Not only did people die several times, but grass and trees do not grow on our farm, and it's just nothing but like just craters
Just
all over the
wasteland.
farm. Yes, no grass, no trees, and just nothing. There's nothing there. I mean, we can plant crops now, but like, it was a disaster.
You just have a gigantic crater, and then there's this little like bean sprout like right in the middle at the bottom of it.
Yeah, and some
like how-
fucker bombed me at the hospital. It's like I
I
just
like-
left the hospital bed.
I like how Morgan's like, I died 3 times. Yay!
Yeah, just 3.
Yay.
That's a new
Yeah.
record. She's like, yeah.
How many times did Zen die though? Probably more than that, right?
Well, yeah, that's because like I just came back from the hospital and someone's put bombs right inside the hospital room. I was like, excuse me, I'm dead.
We need to make sure he's dead. Boom.
Oh, I feel great. I can finally
You
get out
need
of
to
this hospital.
re-die the
Boom.
death.
Yes.
Yeah.
Die again.
But other than that, it's been fun.
Reinforced death.
I played a bit Stardew Valley in Discord yesterday. This is my first St. Jude campaign in the last 2 years, because I didn't get to do it last year because I haven't really talked too much about this, but last year I was being faced with an eviction, and unfortunately that kind of takes priority over fundraising. So, but thankfully I'm in a much better place now, so we're able to raise money for St. Jude. So it's been really nice. I've been very, very grateful.
Yeah.
Congrats for the children. Pal and I are talking about it. We're going to shoot for December. We're going to try to aim for a December run just to kind of ease her into it. Pal really, really wants to do like charity streaming type of stuff. She wants to basically do this thing where she does a different charity like every month.
Well, that's
And just
wonderful.
raise it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just like raise money for all these different charities. She's working on it. We'll have more details as they arise, but she's working on something. And then, of course, Zine, you got some Tomb Raider 3. This is the end of that remaster trilogy, right?
Yep. I'm still working on it, and I'm realizing that the kayak in Tomb Raider 3 is the most frustrating fucking thing.
Oh, just like the arrows in Twilight Princess, the horse carriage escort nonsense.
No. At least like that is like designed to be finished. The kayak is meant to be where it's like if you get caught in a corner, you will spend 5 minutes, even if you're really good at the game, trying to get yourself unstuck. I'm like, it's so fucking dumb.
Do you look like Austin Powers in that scene where he was trying to like get out of the
Yes.
hallway?
Yes, like Laura Croft is like literally like on like the corner of a wall, and her kayak is at a 90-degree angle, and her face is like right in the sharp rocks. I'm like, excuse me, get off the rocks.
Are you sure it's not her pointy boobie that her face is in?
No, I have the remastered face where her boobs are, very supple,
Spherical.
mind
Oh
you,
yeah, they
Eric.
fixed them. They rounded them out.
Yeah.
They up-res them.
They rised up.
Yeah, they were lifted in the
Oh, boy.
remaster.
God.
Ah.
Depointed.
Anything else you'd like to share, Zenith, before we have to take a break here?
So I just finished a level, and basically it brought back some of the PTSD that I had from Tomb Raider 3, because a lot of times, I'm not going to exactly say what, because Dill, have you ever played Tomb Raider?
I've played the modern day ones. I've not played the older games.
Well, the thing is, Tomb Raider likes to do a thing where if you push a switch, suddenly there's a monster right in your face. And it did it to
Nice.
me over and over and over again. And the thing is, though, I'm in this very dark room, and I keep getting like fucking velociraptors shoved right in my face, and a T-Rex, and I'm like, I hate everything about this.
Is this Jurassic Park crossover? What the hell?
Yeah. Did you switch to
Yeah.
Jurassic Park?
No, Tomb Raider games, they all have dinosaurs in them.
What,
That's
the
so
new ones
wild. Like
don't?
she's like touring Egyptian tomb, but there's dinosaurs in the Egyptian tombs. Like,
I had to play this remastered trilogy.
No,
at some
we're not
point.
in Egyptian tombs. I am in the South Pacific Ocean. On this, like, I'm visiting like a cannibalistic village.
Oh,
So,
hey.
yeah, it's fun.
So it's realistic then.
Well, not really, because in like these, and I think in like the first game, like you had to like fight mummies or something like that. So
Huh.
yeah.
So it's like the Mummy movie.
Well, it's kind of like a realistic adventure, but it's also like, here's something that's supernatural. Here, have fun.
Yeah, so the Mummy.
Also, thanks, Dill, for that gif.
Yeah,
That
I'm
was not
chuckling
making
here
any-
because Zenith is getting tortured in Discord right now.
Yeah.
I got a little story for you. So no one actually knows what Zenith's problem is, but it'll make sense in a minute here. So one time I got to work, and I used to work at Target, and I used to work in the garden center.
Hold on a second.
Isolated from everybody.
Are we further delaying Zen's need to take a break?
If you see suddenly like a fountain of what looks like orange juice on your screen, you might be like, I should probably
Why
let this
would it
man
be
go.
on my screen?
Why would it be orange juice?
Why is your pee
Surely
orange?
apple juice. Apple juice is the
I
closest.
don't know what I drank, but I just feel like I'm.
Did you eat
Did you
birds
drink
a
and-
child
Did you
in
drink
my
American
bladder.
Fanta
Okay,
again?
okay. I'm not going to torture Zenith. Zenith has a problem. All right, we're going to go ahead. We're going to go take a bathroom break here. This is Good Friends, Good Games, and we'll be back shortly. Everis, I'm going to ask a big favor.
Yeah, shoot.
The title of this episode is going to be Mara Watson. I'm going to need a picture of your cat, high res. I'm going to go download some RastaFURian clip art and like dreadlocks, and we're going to put it on your cat.
Oh my god.
You're just gonna ruin how I feel about my cat. He's looking at me with the worst.
Look,
my gosh.
He
Everis,
probably
right now.
knows.
Everis, it's
The
just
worst
weed.
Claire.
It's not like he's shooting up on your couch or anything. It's
Let's
just
see
pot.
if
Don't
let's
judge
see if
him.
we can see him. Let's see if we can see him.
He's watching. Oh my god, look at that loaf.
He's
He doesn't know
glaring
what's
right
going
now.
on. He's stoned right now.
10 out of 10 loaf.
Maybe.
He's not a Rastafarian. He's a RastaFURian because he's fuzzy, furry.
And we use that title, RastaFURian. Can
Yes,
I do
we
that?
can.
Oh my
Furrian.
god.
There's so many titles now we've got today.
Cheech and Chong
Trying to
cats in
center
a car.
myself here.
Oh,
Did I
you're
screw
way
it up
off.
more?
Yeah, you messed it up more. Hold on. No, you're going the wrong way.
Other way.
There you go.
No,
There you
There you
fill
go.
up. No,
There you go. You're also pretty zoomed in. Damn.
Yeah, you guys are zoomed out.
yeah,
There.
true. I need to zoom in
Alright,
a bit.
that-
I don't
that'll
know how to
work.
zoom in on my camera though.
No, you guys are good. You guys are good.
There we go. Now my face
Ah.
shape is about roughly the same face shape as all y'all.
If we get a
Yes.
picture of Bennett, we can have them be Cheech and Chong.
No,
Oh, yeah,
That's awesome.
just sit closer.
Okay,
I'm sitting
um,
as close as I can.
All right, so here's what we got. So, we got a little question for you guys here. We're gonna do a little segment here. So obviously we all had some games recommended to us to play for the year challenge thing. Dill, are you okay?
Davey said lean forward, so I was just like,
You should have tapped the screen. I can see up your nose.
Frick.
High def, high Dill.
High def, high tilt.
High definition. So
That's the title. That
He's
could be
a
a title.
dilf. He's high dilf.
I'm high dill.
so we got some challenges here. Zenith got challenged. Secret of Mana. Dill got challenged. Which one did you get, Dill?
Diablo 2.
Oh yeah, Diablo 2, and then Everis got challenged. Dragon Age. So
Origin.
Origin. So we got this little recommendation thing going. So Hannah wanted to know what some of our video game recommendations to our viewers out there are. So I'm going to start here because obviously the last segment I did not tell you what game I was playing. Let me tell you right now. Let me tell you about Tunic.
You did say a game you're playing.
You were playing
Did I?
Hades.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
I'm
No, no,
sorry.
no.
I did. You were right.
You
I
said
did say
Hades.
Hades. I take
You
that back.
Wait. Oh, you mean you mean before break?
Before break, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, sorry. I thought
Okay,
you meant
we're
last
good.
episode.
No, you're good. You're good. Okay, so
Proceed.
Uh, so I'm gonna go ahead and let me tell you I need to make sure I'm centered in this camera here for editing purposes later. So, yo, any more of that catnip?
You got any more of that catnip?
Yeah, damn. So, let me tell you about Tunic. This
is a game.
Oh yeah, this has been on my list to play for I think the past 2 years. I forget when it came out. I think it's about 2 years old. This game, I have fallen in love with Tunic. Tunic is basically an isometric top-down. That's that one where you're kind of like at that third-party angle, like where it aims up and it goes down.
How cute is this?
So basically, and this is my recommendation to all of you listening out there, all of you watching this. This is my recommendation. Tunic, you play this cute little fox that's dressed like Link from Zelda. And it's a very Zelda-inspired type of exploration, navigational type of game adventure, right? But, and Zenith's going to get a kick out of this, it has Dark Souls elements in it.
Ooh.
How cute is this game?
This game is, I can't enough. This game is so fucking fantastic. I've fallen in love with this game. So again, you explore this world like you would in a Zelda game. Think Link's Awakening, something along the remastered Link's Awakening, etc. But they give you little bonfire statue areas, and then you take down all these enemies. But if you go to the bonfire statue areas, it respawns those enemies, and then you have to go and kind of like, just like Dark Souls, make your way back through the segment if you die. You do get flask and things of those sorts, just like a Souls game would give you.
Is it forgiving?
It's not overly difficult, but it's just enough of a challenge.
Okay.
I don't think it's as hard as a Souls game, but there's definitely a challenge barrier there that will push you a bit. It is so fucking good, and the way you work around it is the level restricts you very much by the tools you have. So you go around and you have to explore and you have to find the tools and things of that sort to help you navigate the level. On top of it, things like signs and stuff like that are written and easier or harder than Link to the Past. I think they're jabbing at you, Everis. But
wow,
cold-blooded, right? So the other cool thing about this game is the menus and the item names and all that stuff. They're in this weird, like, foreign-y language that you have no idea how to read or what it is. But as you explore the game, you find these little pages, and what these pages encompass is the instruction manual for the game. So you're basically exploring the level, finding the tools you need to get through these levels, and then you are finding the instruction booklets that tell you how the items in the game work, as well as the quests you need to accomplish. It is so good. So I spent a good few hours with it the past couple nights, and I got all this challenge because there's things like bushes and stuff that'll be in your way. You'll see a treasure chest, but you can't get to it because there's a bush in the way. But then I got a hold of the sword, and then the sword opened up the whole map to me because now I can chop down the bushes and explore the different areas of the map. And it also gave me an advantage, not an advantage over, but it at least put me on a level playing field with the enemies. You start off with a stick, and you fight these enemies with a stick, and then you get to these big bad dudes with swords and shields and stuff, and then the stick is weak in comparison. So you have to really use like dodging abilities and, you know, moving around and, you know, time combat, just like a Souls game would do. You have to really learn the patterns and stuff. And this, it's so hard to describe because it's so good. And I know that Zenith, I had brought it up a little bit earlier, the, you know, the stuff with the AAA gaming space and how all these major studios and stuff are shutting down and all that stuff. And it's not good. And everyone seems to think we're like in this weird, like, video game, like we're in trouble crash type of thing coming. Like shit's about to get ugly. But games like Tunic help you realize that there's way more to the video gaming world than your Call of Duties and your AAAs.
It's all about exploring outside of your comfort zone, really, when it comes to gaming. At the end of the day, It's something that streaming has allowed me to do, honestly, because if it wasn't for streaming, I don't think I would have touched the Soulsborne series at all.
Right.
Really?
Like,
That's what
once.
got your start?
Yeah.
Is
Yeah, because someone
That's
recommended
brave,
Bloodborne.
honestly.
Yeah,
'Cause
Bloodborne was the first one I played, so
I played my first Souls game on stream, and it was hell. I was so embarrassed. I was so embarrassed for myself.
I
Yeah,
I
very
think that's where the
humbles you.
masochism started for me in gaming, because like I was like, God, I hate this, but I also don't want to stop. Continue.
It's like everyone wanted to watch it. Like, oh yeah, play Souls game. We want to watch you die. And it's like, what about my feelings?
What feelings?
What about
the chat
me?
doesn't care. Die.
What about me? No. So yeah, I recommend anyone listening to this, anyone that wants a really, really good game, is to go play Tunic. Because I really do think it's an example of a really damn good game that is not overly, how do I word this? It doesn't look AAA, but it's really damn good. It's one of those games where people that are used to AAA would look at it and be like, well, what's so special about this? And then you play it and you're like, this is really damn good. So Tunic, fantastic. And it's actually, if you have the PlayStation Plus like basic plan or whatever it is, the $80 plan, it's actually free this month. So if you have a PlayStation Plus plan, go grab it.
I don't have a PlayStation Plus, but that's a cool fact to know.
Do I have PP?
PB Plus.
No PP Plus?
Oh, Lord.
Zenith's getting annoyed with us, guys. Let's
No. I got something in my.
Like,
Is it
why
orange
would
juice?
Zen get annoyed with the PP acronym?
Because
That's
He
it's
true.
uses on his channel.
he uses PP all
Part-
the time.
partner
Partner
points,
plus.
or what is it?
Plus
No,
points.
Plus
points.
points. Yeah.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Plus point. There you
I'm
go.
1 month away from qualifying it, and my number
proud of you,
just dipped. Thank you, but my number just dipped below 100, so I'm just like, uh-oh.
Ooh.
Do
Sounds
the
like it was
resubs
just
count towards that number? Because I have not triggered a resub yet.
Yes. Yeah, so like resubs do count, like even if you haven't like announced it yet. But
so my resub for you has already been accounted for, I guess.
Yep.
Is what you're
Zen,
I
Zen, it might be me. It might be me. I had
No,
to
no, no,
remove a
you're
bunch
fine.
of subs. I had to remove a bunch
you
of
save
subs.
your money. You save your money.
Yeah, because they're moving, and
Yeah.
I
have
won't
to
be
hope
working
and
until
pray.
July.
Yeah, I have to hope and pray
It
that someone
was
either
me.
manual subs.
It was me, Zen.
You're
I'm the
fine.
one that dropped you.
That might explain why I didn't see your name on the list.
How do I fix this problem?
No, you're
My
fine.
heart
both of you.
hurts right now. I didn't know I would be the one that dropped him below 100.
Everis, I'm
You're
coming
fine,
to save the
Eric.
rescue.
You're already subbed.
I'm coming to save you.
Gifted
Ladies and
subs
gentlemen.
don't work.
Gifted subs don't work.
Oh, what?
Eric.
Never mind then. I'm saving my $5. I'm going to the coffee bar.
Yeah.
Love you and all.
Yeah,
but
the only
if it
thing
doesn't
that
count-
would count is if someone upgraded to a tier 2.
Done.
Oh,
What?
Dill
No.
took care of it. Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
Did you upgrade yourself?
What?
Son of a-
What an asshole.
Go.
No, Dill. Wait. Okay, good.
Yes, Del.
Dill just lied. He's like, done. Taking care of it. And Dill's
It's
like,
already,
he's
it's
like,
already done, Zen. You can't tell him no after it's already been done.
I
you
just
silly
subscribed
bean.
to. I just subscribed for Big PP.
How dare you? But thank you.
Subscribe for big PB.
That sounds
That's
so
the title right there.
Dill, thank you. Only you can make my PP go big.
I love Big
Oh
PP.
my
Big.
god.
Hey, Dill was mentioning well that he's
Oh
in
my God.
for the bisexuals today, so it's all good.
The androgynous. Okay, let's go back to what's it called here. Let's go back to our. Okay, so before we let's close out the episode with this here. So, Dill, for the lovely
Yes.
people out there in the world that are listening, what's a game that you would ultimately recommend?
A game or a game series?
It no, it's a
Both.
recommendation. It's a
Either
recommendation.
way.
There's a lot in my brain that I can think of, but there's like one I can't narrow it down to because there's plenty of games I can recommend for sure.
I do have one.
Okay,
I do have
we'll
one.
let Dill think. Everis,
yeah.
punch it, Chewy.
I have a lot that are not new games, so I figured I would scroll through my games. And I've talked about this before, but since we're, specifically talking about recommendations, Dave the Diver.
Yes.
I would highly recommend playing Dave the Diver if you haven't. It is a 2D sushi restaurant simulation versus undersea dive. How do you even describe this
I
game?
basically described it as like Overcooked. It's Overcooked at sea.
Overcooked is a team co-op game. Dave the Diver is single player.
But I would say okay. So Dragonfly helped here. I would say go. Sorry.
Essentially, you dive in the ocean, and the deeper you go, the better resources you obtain, and then you upgrade and improve your sushi restaurant. So you serve the ingredients that you find under the sea, and it's an adventure. And there's a story as well. Like the deeper you go, you uncover little mysteries and whatnot.
That was
Does
one
that
of the
make
ones,
sense?
that was one of the ones you recommended to us, and then I grabbed it. And I was like, this game is really fucking good too. It's
yeah, it's highly it was really popular for like a short period of time. But they're still adding more content to it all the time. So
there's also
updates and whatnot.
They're doing like a Godzilla DLC for it, like this month. I think.
Wasn't that advertised?
Yeah.
Like it was like in one of these like indie showcases or something.
Correct.
But
yeah, it's great, and it's
how
super.
Are they incorporating Godzilla DLC for Dave the Diver?
You have to do the story.
Okay.
You have to do the story.
God forbid we play the game, right?
I have to play games.
What the fuck are we?
And then I got to come back in 2 weeks and talk about them with other people. What the hell?
Yeah.
You talk about Undertale, bro.
Undertale, I am working on. Sorry, I spent a lot of time with Tunic, and then I'm going to go back to Undertale this week because I fell in love with Tunic. That might be my favorite game in the past couple years.
That's awesome.
I was like, oh my God, I love this game. It's
Dale,
one of those
do you have
ones.
a recommendation? Oh, sorry. Sorry,
Go,
Erik.
Dale, go ahead. Fire it off. I'm good.
Well, looking at my back of my backlog, this year, in terms of a game I recommend playing absolutely for sure, especially because the studio, has now closed down, is Hi-Fi Rush. Because that one I had really enjoyed playing, and I think Erik, you would definitely enjoy Hi-Fi Rush.
I did pick up Hi-Fi Rush. It was on a Humble Bundle for $12.
There you go.
Yeah.
So I grabbed it right away.
That was like a surprise game that I actually genuinely enjoyed. The voice acting was solid. The gameplay was great. I did have some questionability about the pacing, but apart from that, it was pretty good. And it's unfortunate that the studio has been closed down because I would have liked to see what else they could do. Honestly, I don't know.
It's very upsetting because that actually was it was a successful game. It wasn't like COD or Spider-Man or levels of success, like AAA levels of success. But overall, it was a successful game. So I think it's just we're in this weird state of things where it wasn't successful enough.
In Microsoft's mind, basically,
yeah, and that's
not
worrying.
Successful enough, yeah. That's the recommendation for the game that I played this year that I really enjoyed.
This art style is very Borderlands-esque.
Yes, that's what I liked about it.
It does have that.
It looked very
That's
Borderlands-esque. It's
it
basically
kind of looks like it's a 90s kind of cartoon animation style.
Very much.
Yeah.
Very Disney channel, Disney afternoon type of animation type of thing. Disney Channel style. It was it's basically if you don't know, it's basically I guess you would call it a beat 'em up. It's basically
a beat 'em up rhythm game. Basically,
it's basically a beat 'em up with elements of Guitar Hero with the rhythm segments.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
So
you
tap
the buttons.
Meets Devil May Cry, basically.
Yeah. You
That's
tap
so
the buttons to a rhythm, and the more you stay on rhythm, the higher
The more
damage you
damage.
do and the more points you rack
The
up.
higher combo. Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow, that
basically.
sounds fun but
Because
hard.
after every battle, there's always like a combo meter, and then like it shows your score at the end with like rhythm that's been kept, enemies defeated, and timing as well.
What? Bethesda is the publisher?
Yeah,
That's
Bethesda's
interesting.
publisher. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very, very unfortunate because this is one of the studios that just got, in the line of fire for Microsoft this past week.
Yeah.
So, like, the studio's not a thing anymore as of now, but it's really unfortunate. So, buy the game now while you can, because I think it's going to run into a problem is because they actually do use licensed music in the game from actual bands. So, if that licensing runs out, they're going to have to delist the game. And then you won't be able to, purchase it. So I would jump on it now. You can get it in the Humble Bundle monthly for $12. It's part of this month's bundle. You can cancel the bundle
Right
anytime.
now?
Yeah, right now.
Oh.
Yep. So
I've fallen off of like the Humble Bundle. Like I've ignored their emails for a while, and I need to like dive back in and
We've
pay
all done that
attention.
from time to time. It's fine.
their
Like,
business
why
model.
do I need more video games?
Their business model
Oh,
has
wow.
changed a little bit.
Yeah, because you have that membership bullshit.
Yeah, that exactly membership bullshit. But
That
no,
bullshit. Yeah.
it's still all going to good causes and stuff. I think they just now they have
Yeah.
like monthly plans, or when they do the bundles, like you can't give them like $1 anymore. You have to give them a minimum amount and stuff like that. And I get it. I understand. But yes, Hi-Fi Rush, fantastic
One
game.
is which bundle is this?
Let me see if I can get you guys a link.
Oh, is it under the like the Humble Pass, or is it like an actual game bundle?
It's like the monthly pass thing.
Okay. Because they
Maze
still
Humble
do the
Choice.
bundles, but they're not as good.
Yeah, this is the one you want. You want the Maze Humble Choice. I'll throw it in the Discord for you guys here.
Thanks, bub.
Next to the waterfalls to trigger Zenith. So yeah, while you look that up. So yeah, $12 gets you that whole thing for the month. Just remember to cancel it when the month is up, and then you still keep the games.
Yeah.
It's so cheap, but it's kind of the way to go. That's what I do with all my like visual, like my like TV show and movie apps. Is like, oh, I want to watch this show. Let's binge it, pay a month, and then cancel.
That's what we're gonna do for Stranger Things.
Now they're getting smart about it, because now they're starting to break up, because you know how they released the full season in one chunk. The show that I'm watching right now released the chunk in 2 chunks. You have to do 2 months now.
Bastards.
They're getting their workaround. which
How
is
dare they
BS.
not just do a Fallout?
I know.
The bastards. Zenith, what do you have to recommend for the lovely people out there?
So in regards to like to try and keep it recent, I think it's a game that we've all at least have touched here on the podcast, and that is Baldur's Gate. If you want to take a look at it, like if you haven't experienced this, if you want true freedom in an RPG environment, like if you're someone that's like getting interested in Dungeons and Dragons, but also don't want all the complexity of D&D, where you have to go out and get this book, or you have to be like a very imaginative character, Baldur's Gate does all that fun stuff for you in a fun, engaging way, with characters that you will love and care about. Like, you have no idea how much my Twitter timeline is still, to this day, from Baldur's Gate's release, filled with nothing but like a star, like love for Astarion, Shadowheart, Gale, and all the other characters that we came across when we got to play. So that, and not only that, the devs are really great. I love their attitude, where they're like, hey, you know what, screw what everyone else is doing with all this like DLC and like, oh, here's a half-ass product. We'll wait until we start putting the full game on like it's like season passes or DLC. That way we can milk our fans or customers. Whereas it's like, hey, you paid for the full game, you got everything, there's no DLC, just we'll keep releasing stuff, you got updates, and just here you go.
Yeah.
That's on my list of games to finish this year, because that was actually truly another one of those games where I immediately got hooked once I understood what I was actually doing with it. And then, crazy enough, I actually ended up in doing like an actual real D&D campaign, like with a friend of mine. And it was like Baldur's Gate was like a gateway drug almost. Actually going and doing a D&D campaign. And now I'm actually working on a character for the campaign after this. So like now I think I'm in the thick of this
You're
thing.
invested.
I'm
You're
I'm
invested.
invested.
The cult has claimed another one.
I don't know if it's a cult, but
Everything's
it is an
a cult.
experience. It's an experience. Like it really is. If you have all the stuff in place and stuff. But back to Baldur's Gate. Yeah, it was like a gateway drug to this whole thing. And I think that studio says a lot about who they are. And I don't want to make judgments, now, because no matter where they stand on things, they're still a business, right? There's always going to be this business aspect that comes in and somewhere down the line.
That's the reality of it. Yeah.
They seem to be standing on this line where it's like, hey, we're going to do what we do, how we want to do it. And if you guys don't like it, don't buy it. And then, we'll figure it out. And I think they've held to that standard to the most part, because they are not doing another Baldur's Gate. They have literally,
No, they're actually going to be. There's talks of them doing a Baldur's Gate 4, but they're not doing like a big DLC for Baldur's Gate 3. No, like if they're going to be doing another one, it's just going to be the next game in the Baldur's Gate franchise.
I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I think they said that they are not doing anything with the D&D franchise anymore. Like they're done. Baldur's Gate was it.
Does anyone have any confirmation of that? Because
if you have it in
I heard.
the chat, then
In the studios, Baldur's Gate 4.
let me
It's,
see.
if I was a businessman and if I worked for Dungeons and Dragons, I'd be like, we need these guys to make our next game, because holy shit, we made bank. And D&D was already popular, but look how much extra income it brought us.
I got an article for right here. It came out of PC Gamer.
Okay.
It says here in the in quotes, it says, we're moving away from D&D and we're going to make a new thing.
Yeah, Polygon article says the same thing right here.
So they have said,
Okay. As incorrected.
They said they're done, they're saying goodbye to D&D and they're moving on from it. But I think that goes to with what I'm saying is, like, they could have done what any common sense studio would have been like and been like, oh, this thing's a hit, let's crank out another one.
Well, if you think about it this way, they could also just be posturing it in that way where it's like, hey, if Dungeons and Dragons wants our business again, they might need to pay us more money. This way we can make sure that we have the funding for like a Baldur's Gate 4.
Yeah, and
so,
if that's the case, and that could be the case too. Things can always change. They can always, change a decision. Money talks.
Absolutely.
But it sounds like they're a company that says, hey, we're going to do things our way. We're going to do how we see fit. We're not going to milk it. And I commend that, because they made this amazing game, and now they're like, that amazing game is that amazing game, and now we're going to go do something different and make a new thing.
Yeah, because don't forget, they also were the brains behind Divinity Original Sin, right?
Yeah.
Which is quite similar. So they could do something like that, but in an entirely different setting. It doesn't have to be like Dungeons and Dragons or whatever it was for that. They could do something like more closer to XCOM if they want.
Yeah, that says a lot about it. But yes, Baldur's Gate was a very special game that I think is one of the few in a long time that was actually truly deserving of its Game of the Year merits. Because they have a tendency to pick a lot of stuff that's just, how do I word
first
this?
party?
Very first party, very, very blatant, obvious. They'll be like, oh, the online Game of the Year award's going to go to Overwatch. And it's like, why? Why is this even a thing? Whereas this game truly was a genuinely good, fantastic, fresh game that was incredibly well done.
Yeah.
Anyone else got any recommendations as we start winding down the episode here? No.
It's
How about
it's hard
old
because
games?
I could say like a
How many
dozen.
old games? Oh, hang on, old games.
Anyone got anything in the depths of their collection that's like, you should play this?
Dill,
I mean-
recommend your top 5 Pokemon games.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
I actually could do that. Yeah.
Everest is gonna
No.
quit. Don't do it.
If you're gonna open the Pandora's box, then you're gonna be done
No.
too.
Alright,
Here, I will get the gunshot.
I thought this was
sound
going to be an
effects
episode
right
where
now.
we didn't talk about Pokemon.
We're not going to talk about Pokemon. We've talked enough. We've talked.
Can I
Pokemon
not
enough.
recommend a Pokemon game though? I can recommend a Pokemon game.
I'll
I
let you
think everyone
recommend
should play.
one Pokemon game, Dill. You get
Thank you.
one.
Okay, so you know how we talked about roguelike games, like the
Mhm.
dungeon crawler games, stuff like that. There is one Pokemon like spin-off that I think everyone should try out at least once, I think, because it has a really good storyline, and it's like a dungeon crawler Pokemon game. It is Pokemon Mystery Dungeon.
I mouthed it out. I knew it.
Nice. There you go.
Yeah.
Pokemon Mystery Dungeon.
There you go.
Paper Mario and
Paper
Paper
Mario.
Mario 1,000-Year Door, which is coming out
I haven't
in
played that
5
yet.
days.
Next
is
week.
fantastic.
Yeah, it's my copy's gonna arrive while I'm at my brother's.
Oh,
Nice.
So I'm gonna be
Does that come out soon?
yes, it's the
yeah.
23rd.
So I'm gonna be like Joey Tribbiani from Friends, looking out the window with rain. It's gonna be everyone playing Paper Mario 1,000-Year Door.
Do you have anything in the depths of your collection, Everest, that anyone would be interested
I
in
know.
playing?
I'm like scrolling through my. I think one of the. Yeah, I think one of the biggest ones that I can recommend if we're talking about RPGs is Horizon Zero Dawn.
Hey,
Really, really good game. Really good game. And it's like everyone looks at it at surface value. It's like, oh, you're, fighting against, dinosaurs. But really, honestly, the part that was it for me was uncovering the backstory. Like once I got into it became a fun game. It was a fun game to start, right? I enjoyed it. I was like, this is great. But when I got to the point where we're doing like deeper into the story, I was like, this is a game I literally cannot put down. I cannot put down this game. It made it very hard to end stream every night because I was like, oh my gosh, this is just this next part, we gotta go here. Like, so that was really when it like kickstarted for me. Horizon Zero Dawn, incredible game. Definitely worth for those RPG games where open world, like if that's your jam, that's the game to play.
fun fact, that was the first PlayStation game I ever platinumed.
Nice.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And then I did the Forbidden West one too. I got that platinum also.
That's no joke because that means you have to do all of those like what is it, the hunter, what is it, the hunter challenges
The
or
Hunter
whatever?
Trials are a bitch and a
Those are
half,
a
let me tell you.
bitch, dude. I was like, I
Oh,
gave up after like
they're
a
a
couple
bitch
of them.
and a
I was like,
half, let me tell you.
this isn't worth it to me.
Yeah, they're a bitch and a half, let me tell
I don't
you.
need to do this.
Good game. The second one was a little much, but the first game I think is really, really well done. That was a good one. Zenith, what do you got in your depths? What do you got as old games go? Well, how about old games?
Old games. Well, if you want to talk about like a game that will that I think people will really enjoy, you should probably go to like where RPG games were at its prime, and I highly recommend checking out Chrono Trigger.
One of the best games ever
because
it's on the backlog. It's on the backlog. I want to play it so bad.
It's
There's
one of
just
those games.
hasn't been a good time for it.
For a Super Nintendo game, you will probably not find a more polished game. Because like from top to bottom, just like the story, the characters, like it's incredibly deep for something that seems so limited, and like a game that takes no more than like 16 megabytes, and it packs so.
Is it a decision-making game, or is it you're going to play through the same story every time?
I mean, it's pretty much the exact same story, but there's still multiple endings.
Okay.
But
because if I stream it, I don't want people to be like, "Oh my god, Everis, why did you do this?" And be like,
No, you're fine.
My playthrough, bitch. Like,
yeah, you can do whatever you want. You can pick whatever characters you focus on. That is entirely up to you.
And fun fact about Chrono Trigger is all the artwork and everything was done by Akira Toriyama, who is of Dragon Ball Z fame.
Mm-hmm.
So
rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
I think the reason I'm irritated with Chrono Trigger is because there's no good port.
No, sure.
There's no good present day port.
You would actually have to emulate it because the port is terrible.
There's two ways to do it. You can do the Nintendo, which
Emu. I call it Emu.
Emu. Yeah, if you want to go, Emu, you can do it that way. The other way,
Zen for Yar.
The other way, if you have cash and you want to do it legitimately, is you go do it on a Nintendo DS.
I have bought the game in a version, so I don't feel bad emoing it.
Right.
Okay.
For the sake of convenience.
You gave them their money, so
which
just emulate it.
Honestly, the game's been out for 30 years or some bullshit like that. So
yeah.
They have milk. The cow has been milked.
Seriously.
Isn't Chrono Trigger on the Nintendo Online?
No,
I don't think so. No.
Shit.
Neither is.
It would have been a big deal if it was.
That was a big deal because when they did the little NES Classic thing, they put Final Fantasy 3/6, which is arguably the best Final Fantasy, but they did not put Chrono Trigger. And that was a
they would get if they had a good port for it, they'd get so much bank.
The next best port to the Super Nintendo Way Emu is to get a DS and get a DS copy of the game. Nintendo DS had a pretty
That's so
good
expensive.
Port. That's the only other way to do it.
So expensive.
Yeah,
the only other way
Nintendo
to do it.
or Square Enix is not doing a decent enough job to allow you to play their old curated content, then I feel that it is just. Don't let it be forgotten.
Yeah. Preservation. It's all in the name of preservation here. So, that is recommendations for everyone on the panel here. If you have recommendations in the chat, feel free to lay them out here while I go ahead and I switch these screens back. We're going to go ahead and wind down the episode here. That is it for us this week. Everis, have a good move. We will see you. We'll see you in a few weeks.
I know. Let's see
Speed
what will I be doing? Yeah, literally. So that's crunch time for us. So that during the next episode, we'll be literally everything in this apartment should be boxed up, and we'll be laying it out like it would be in the truck. Like that's at the point. Oh, my light just turned out.
You need to send us a picture of all the boxes.
Damn, even the lights ready to go.
We'll be swimming in. Oh my gosh, how? It's like, all right, light.
Everis, pay your hydro bill.
Everis didn't pay our electricity, but somehow the computer's still on.
Yeah. Backup generator kicked in.
That's the one plugged into the neighbor's wall.
Yeah, I think tonight's stream, I don't want to drown out Zen. Zen's streaming tonight too, but this will be the last stream that I'm streaming for about a month. So
I'll raid you.
You're the best, boo.
But yes, good luck on the drive. Safe travels. Drive safe. We will see you soon.
Thank you.
Don't worry. Morgan will probably hold down the fort for you. Morgan O'Powell will hold down the fort for you on the next one.
I don't think I'm ready for Zen and Morgan on the same freaking voice chat.
I know. Again.
We all know what happened last time.
Yeah.
Keep it clean, boys. Keep it clean.
They won't.
This is Morgan involved. You're telling the wrong person to clean.
Keep it clean.
She provokes
keep it wholesome.
it. Let's be honest.
Keep it clean. Keep it wholesome.
She's
the vagina operator. What do you expect?
Oh my god.
Ninja Gaia VO. If you are listening here on Twitch or on your podcast listening, we appreciate it. If you're listening to us on YouTube, thank you. Watching us on YouTube, we appreciate it. Like, comment, subscribe. If you're watching us on twitch.tv, feel free to go ahead and follow the channel. We appreciate it very, very much. We're at 69 followers still, I think. So you want to go ahead and be that guy to break it? Go for it.
Yeah, do it.
We appreciate you either way. So thank you all so very, very much. Episode 4 of Back to the Backlog should be going up soon. 1 through 3 are now on the channel now over on YouTube. Good Friends, Good Games. Exclamation point social media would catch that. You can also catch the last episode of Good People with Erik and Hannah that had Leshki on. Leshki came out of her motherhood cave and talked with us for a bit. Go check that out. Other than that, we'll see you all very, very soon, guys. We appreciate it. This has been Good Friends, Good Games.